Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. Straight back to Aaiyo's app, and well, straight back to the action. Unfortunately, due to what has gone down in that last match, it has been ruled kind of by their own doing that there's going to be a game loss being handed to the likes of Mako. So Kruha, ZINNIAAA, and Aaiyo already going to be down a game. Going into our first one in this best of three, kind of now a best of two. We'll see if they're going to be able to win 2 in a row against the Eggs. I'm not sure if they will be able to. I think it's going to be a challenge for them. But hey, Kruha, ZINNIAAA, and Aaiyo, strong players. We'll see if they can pull this one off. And now a little bit more of a conventional team comp if you want to hunt KOs. The Juliet X combo, very aggressive. Mako as well, we kind of saw before. I mean, they can absolutely be a bit of a bully. On the other side, rixy will be rocking that Juliet as well. Aralia, on the air up. And Ahmad will be going Kai, and we know how strong Ahmad is on this Kai, so I'm going to be expecting some good things from the Egg goal keep. This could turn into a very quick winner's final. If it does go their way, we'll see if it does fall out. And hello, everybody. Now that we're a little bit more settled, now that we're all together to here, have a good time at Aaiyo's app, I do hope, you know, your Christmas holidays are coming up and are planning to be wonderful. And I do hope that we're going to have a good time here tonight. You know who's not having a good time, though, are the Eggs, as they get scored against quite quickly. The oppressive force of that Juliet X combo, able to just go straight down and through them. Quick look at the Awakenings. Knife's edge on everybody on the Pug's life side. Rapid fire taken by Ahmad and Aralia. Rixy, though, has also opted for the knife's edge. So pretty much everyone looking for KOs, looking for those knife's edges. And we are going to be seeing, I think, a very KO-heavy strategy from a Pug's life. That should be the expectation. Core flip from behind the barrier. Ahmed's able to keep it safe for now, and that's actually going to be a KO going the other way. I mean, don't forget, that's still Juliet on Rixy, and that's going to be enough for sort of that first strike power play favoring Eggs. Going to go ahead and crack open the barrier with it. Rixy, no real good passing avenues, gets kind of rushed by a respawning ZINNIAAA, and that buys a bit of time for the team at blue. Cheeky redirect almost found the gap as Aralia is just trying to help out with those bewitching beams from down below, not really able to hit the Maelstrom. Does force out the elusive on Kruha, but no pressure there. Rixy was taken quite low, had to rotate back. Now Aralia going to be leading the charge. One of the best errors in the region. Cross up top, doesn't go in on the first touch, but Rixy's punch, well, gets the KO. It was actually a strike, putting it a little bit lower for that goal, and we're going to be tied at 1 apiece. We'll see if they're going to be able to keep this one moving forward as Core tries to stay on that top side right now. ZINNIAAA is going to get caught right in a beautiful kick punch from Rixy, who's just trying to force it through Kruha. Core does get down to Aralia through the power play. That's going to open it up as Rixy tries to force the issue. Core flip shot goes high. Not quite on its mark just yet, and without Rixy, Aralia is going to have to do a lot if they're going to be able to get that goal. ZINNIAAA already lunging in. That's going to be a pretty big cooldown missing out on these early levels, so even though the barrier goes down, does look like it could be difficult as we get out of the bongo prison. More to the top side. Barrage used very early from Ahmad. It's a little bit of a window right here potentially, but you can see with Aralia and Rixy rotating up, they're not really able to punch through that one just yet. A core flip had to be used. That angle from Rixy was nearly devastating. Aralia core flip to keep it on the forward half, but the ZINNIAAA with a nice intercept nearly was able to flip back the other way. Bewitching beams help sets up Rixy, who has to go evasive because ZINNIAAA is on the hunt for a KO. No special yet, though, so we're not going to see ZINNIAAA start swinging at this moment. Maelstrom, not going to be enough. A beautiful kick punch from Aaiyo as well. Does get a KO. Core goes to that top side, but not going to find its way in just yet. The barrage holding in that top corner. The bongos do get dropped, but the core's not scored. ZINNIAAA, just a shot straight down, and that not hit the post. I think that one goes in. Very tight situation. ZINNIAAA does have a core flip available. Try to create some space. The kick punch doesn't find the core. And now Rixy escorts it down. Good catch by Kruha. The core flip as well as Aralia puts it into the hole. Nearly backfires up to Rixy, who's been staggered, knocked around. ZINNIAAA core flip into Rixy. And that's going to be our second goal for the Eggs, as they're establishing themselves quite well. Bit of a disastrous core flip for ZINNIAAA right there. Rixy was just able to take advantage of the awkward bounces, and now Aralia through that bottom side has the Maelstrom. Not going to be able to follow through just yet. Rixy with the KO, though. It's going to force the power play as we see the Giga Blast get the core behind the barrier. That's going to open up that goal. Aralia down to herself and up into Rixy. Straight through the special. First set goes to the eggs. Twitch chat. How are you guys doing anyways? Look, I'm here soloing this. Soloing it is Sleepy Town. So I want to chat with you guys. I want to see how you're going. I want to hear about, you know, your Christmas plans. I want to be generic streamer guy who pretends to care, but in reality is just trying to like satiate, you know, their own sort of insecurities. So hit me up. What you got for me? What have you been up to? Cast last. Going over to the bongos. Stagger Swagger being picked up actually by Rixy. A little bit surprised by that. Rixy was getting beaten up, yes, but actually wasn't getting KO'd still. When you're against an X and a Juliet, I suppose that Stagger Swagger is going to come down and be quite useful. As we just see that pressure on that top side. Rixy trying to create some space, trying to find what they can, but in reality, it's just getting absolutely beaten up. Goodbye, Rixy. That's going to be the first KO. Ahmed has to dribble it kind of to themselves off of the hole. Not going to do too much. Barrier will fall. ZINNIAAA there, but misses with the swing. Giga Blast makes the save, but it's another quick KO. As the core nearly actually hits the barrier right there. Kruha, last second touch. I mean, it was controlled, but still done so in a very kind of nerve-wracking way. It doesn't matter, though. Aaiyo not able to punch it in. I thought they had it. Things were lining up for Aaiyo. A little bit disappointing that one won't come through. They're going to get another chance, though. Kick, punch forces the issue. And it's going to be a 1-0 lead in our second set. I have pork. Pork is good. Here we go. Point number 2, Kruha. Core flip available. Kick punch from Rixy, though, gets a KO, and that core flip might be used defensively now to protect the barrier, because here comes Rixy and Aralia. Rixy putting so much pressure down on the Kruha. Was able to catch the core flip and go evasive at a pretty opportune moment right there. That could have been a KO. It was definitely going to be close. That core flip, though, it's going to save the barrier for now as Rixy has to go evasive looking for the guaranteed hit, but doesn't find it. Aaiyo actually stepped forward and disrupted what could have been a barrier take as ZINNIAAA just misses. Oh, that was close for something special right there. Now ZINNIAAA stepping forward, gets hit with the bewitching beam, got small, but it doesn't matter because the core does find its way into that barrier. A chance for a second point now for a Pug's life. Hunting for it. Kick punch from Aaiyo, though, gets a nice KO. Back to Kruha, up forward, shot by the Giga Blast. And that makes them avoid the strike. Good little side step from Rixy as well to stay on the core. That gets behind ZINNIAAA, and that will hit the barrier. So the eggs, now back at full strength, goes for a cheeky flip shot. The core did get caught in the bongo prison, as Rixy just wasn't quite able to win out the strike wars immediately. ZINNIAAA kind of stuck in that awkward no man's land. Does avoid getting kick punched into the hole and get some punches back down onto Rixy. Speaking of getting some punches down, Aaiyo did just kind of use their combo recently, so don't have it defensively. Doesn't matter, though. Kruha will kind of rotate to the top half of the map. Maelstrom dies a bit of space, and you can see Rixy try to take advantage of it, but Kruha was there for the save. What a dribble and shot. Aaiyo too clean on this Juliet. Gonna make this one a 2-0 lead. This is a very, very good start to what should hopefully be a fun night, actually. I mean, these two teams looking very even right now. Rixy, with possession of the core, won't be able to get it in. Second touch as well, not quite hitting its mark. Aralia tries to fall back, and the core just kind of rolls its way on through. The touch from Aralia just getting behind Kruha, and it kind of leads to a weird own goal-ish situation. Not ideal at all for Pug's life, but they still have, you know, 2 more chances to get this second set and, you know, make this an exciting series. We could even possibly be going to 3. That would be fun. Barrier gonna fall. Chance for the set right now. ZINNIAAA on that top side gonna get caught by the bewitching beam, but even while small, is still finding some touches on the core as they're trying to spin themselves around. Aralia gets evasive, still finds some touches. Rixy now tries to rotate to the bot side, but Aaiyo catches them out. Very smart play from Aaiyo. And now, ZINNIAAA, will get the stuff. And that's going to do it for the second set. It's going to go to a Pug's life. All right, so where does Mako go? Gonna take Twin Drive. Fair enough. I'm not the most familiar with Mako still. I have to admit, it's not my comfort pick. Ahmad, just kind of chilling right now, waiting to see where they will go. A little bit surprised Ahmad kind of waited this long. I mean, I feel like now they got the prime time, so that is the correct choice with the Kai. I mean, yeah, you're not going to get the most damage from that barrage, but just being able to catch more shots, incredibly useful ability. Here we go, though. Rixy, again, just getting absolutely bullied out of that play. Aralia is just trying to control that bottom side. Ahmad is there, gets some nice damage on the Aaiyo, and down goes the barrier. So that's going to be one barrier gone. We still haven't really even seen, Ahmad with that, extra barrage come into play. And Aaiyo looked like they were going for the kick punch on Aralia. It didn't quite hit them. The bewitching beam does hit, however, and that's going to be enough for the first goal. Only take about 27 seconds, and boom. EGGFUCT is on the board. The Esports Gaming Generation Federals United Connecticut Front. Gonna be pretty happy with that one. As the course gonna stay on that top side. Big Maelstrom! But it was also a kick punch in there as well, so it's a KO each side. Both Juliet's taken out. Barrier does go down. Kruha's gonna be a little bit frustrated with that one, you'd have to think. As the Juliets are back, and they're going to have their combos. Rixy gets one KO, Aaiyo gets the other. I wish I could say I was surprised, but both Juliets just came out hunting for it, and now we got a little bit of a Juliet v. Juliet battle. As you see the pass up, Rixy wanted to go for a cheeky redirect, a little bit too far back to be a real threat for the goal. As Rixy goes for the dribble into the kick punch. We saw that play executed by Aaiyo before. Well, now Rixy does it on the exact opposite end of the pitch. And that's going to be enough for a 2-0 lead. England's Golden Gamers finding under the crossing tunnel. Found under the crossing tunnel. Sorry, that's the proper name. They're doing a good job coming back into this one. They're finding their way back into this game. With that said, though, the barrier is going to fall. Kruha stepping forward. Will find a pass up to the top. ZINNIAAA is going to knock it in. All three members are part of that goal. Pug's life not done yet. Let's see what the emergency Goblin Gruel can do. The core's going to come down. Rixy with the core flip, goes for a cross-up, but ZINNIAAA from behind is able to get in front of it. I like what Rixy was going for there. Barrage from Ahmad will save the barrier. Big kick punch from Rixy as well, gets the KO. Aaiyo's going to be looking for a bit of retribution, but misses, and now Aralia, time to work. Doesn't get those first shots again, has the core flip from Kruha. That's what they're trying to force out, but Kruha's just doing a good job in these strike wars. The Maelstrom will force it, but Rixy steps forward with the Phoenix Strike, and that's going to do it. Third set going to the estranged the estranged grandmother generation from underclass capital territories. They're making it 2-1. Big fish on one Juliet. Prize fighter on Aaiyo. That is some confidence coming through right there. We'll see if it does play through. I'm liking the aerials on Ahmad. That's going to make things super exciting as well. A little bit too late, I feel like, for the Demolitionist to really be that useful. BD hasn't been popular for a while, so that hasn't changed. Here we go. Last set, potentially. If it goes to the EGGFUCT side, they're going to be, well, going to that grand final. However, a double KO leaves Ahmad in an awkward spot. There's that barrage, though, coming into play. And in the 1v3, Ahmad nearly lasts the entire time. Well, now the backup has arrived. Lost the barrier, but saved the goal. And Rixy's already found the barrier on the other side. The Phoenix kick was just a moment too early. But Ahmed's pressure is still going to keep that one down. Up to that top side, Ahmad with the barrage. Forces it to Rixy. 30 seconds, first goal. But what an amazing point. Egregious gaps get found out, but out with the U. Concerning times for a Pug's life. The problem is the U. That's where I struggle with the metaphors, is that, or not the metaphors, the acronyms. It's that U. Goal's gonna open up though. As they're going to try to look to play from that bottom side. There comes the Maelstrom making its way all the way through. Kruha gets kind of bullied a little bit. Ahmad throws it up, but ZINNIAAA's there. Can't get it past the barrage. Going to try to go for a core flip, but there are all three defenders in the way. Ahmad also catches the rotation down, misses with the Giga Blast, but it might not matter. Aaiyo, that's a big miss on the kick. And now rixy crosses up, takes that second goal, and we're on match point. Enough great goals. Flip. Underside, yeah, again, it's the U. Enough great goals. Found under capital T. Yeah, I don't know. The EGG is easy. It's the U. That U just makes the acronym so hard. That's going to be Aralia, though, opening the goal. A chance to end this game, to go to that grand final. Not able to get it on the initial push. Ahmad. Did Ahmad disconnect there? That looked like a DC to me. Ahmad was sitting on the core, but then walked off of it. Oh, looks like they're back now. Strange goal from Ahmad on defense. As rixy's getting absolutely beaten up, that's going to be a quick KO. Ahmad looking to crash back up to the top side. Aralia doing what they can. Gets actually bullied a bit by Kruha. As we see the bewitching beam nearly hit that barrier, but because the core was small, it actually didn't hit. A little bit awkward from Aralia right there. It does have a core flip, wants to get involved. Speaking of getting involved, well, that's going to be Kruha with the KO. So now we're looking at 2v2, only 4 seconds until ZINNIAAA is back, and then we're going to get a brief moment where it's 3v1 against Ahmad. Second time we've seen that this series. And there you go. The barrier falls this time, but Ahmad will win the strike war against ZINNIAAA, who has to go evasive to avoid the Maelstrom. Full strength again for the side in red. Ahmad with the core flip's going to use it, but ZINNIAAA cuts it off. Aralia now into the hole, trying to pass it upwards. ZINNIAAAA doing what they can to disrupt. Ahmad's going to have to go high with this one, straight up to rixy. Good little catch. Maelstrom comes through, but the barrier stays standing. Barrier still staying standing. Kruha playing great defense. rixy tries to force it, but runs straight into ZINNIAAAA, who knocks it back. Aralia getting bullied by Aaiyo as well. Bewitching beam nearly sinks it through. Kruha able to catch it. rixy now on that top side. The Giga Blast doesn't make contact. And even though the Maelstrom tried to create space, it wasn't enough. Now keep in mind, we're still looking to see if PUG's Life is going to be able to actually get a shot. That barrier was saved. Kruha, that had to be Pixels, but a big KO from rixy, who's sitting with the core flip, but is stuck in the Bongo prison. Doesn't have a chance to use the core flip during the power play, at least not at this moment. Getting absolutely pummeled by ZINNIAAA. Forced to go evasive, no core flip there, but also it's a swing and a miss on the core flip from Kruha, and that could open up something. Aaiyo and rixy play the game of footsies. Aaiyo came out on top initially. Here comes rixy, doesn't get the KO punch. Not on this moment. Ahmad up to the top. Oh, Maelstrom pushes it back. Aralia not quite able to time that one entirely correctly, unless it was a pass to themselves, in which case that was sick. Either way, rixy is going to get KO'd. Good snipe from Kruha, but the barrier did go down courtesy of Ahmad, who has a core flip, has to use it on the line. That saves the goal for now. Aralia's Maelstrom does make contact, has a core flip, going to go for a shot underneath, and Aralia pushes EGGFUCT to the grand final. What a fantastic last point that one was, my goodness. But EGGFUCT, they get the win, and they advance to that grand final match. Look, it was good stuff. Some stats for you all. I know you can't see them. Instead, you see this beautiful face. I mean, what to say? 12 KOs for Aaiyo, 13 KOs for rixy. Yeah, it was a Juliet v Juliet game. 24k damage for both of them. Actually, nearly 25k for Aralia on the era, which is fun to look at. But overall, great first match. A lot of fun. And that's what we want. We want fun. Yeah, a lot of KOs in that one, Zoid Buster. That's kind of how it goes, though, when you watch, you know, AIME's app and some of this high-level play. My MVP for that one, though, has to be Ahmad. I mean, some of those 1v3 goalkeeping efforts was really great to watch. So, on that note, we're going to be chilling for a little bit before we go to our losers final. It's either going to be Rule 4 real quick or Zoo Wee Mama taking on a Pug's Life. So that'll be fun when we get to it. Stick around. We will have our losers final, a best of 3 when we return.